Well, Helen, we appreciated the good plug you gave to transition towns in the newspaper.
Yes.
Oh, my pleasure. I didn't know that it would be featured in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. It's always nice to see a sort of unsolicited advertisement of the society in the newspaper. So
Well,
that's great.
especially when we try to get so much in there that doesn't actually get there.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. All right. Well, we have an agenda, and I will, just in case folks don't already have it, I will put the direct link to our agenda in the chat right there. So you'll be able to find it. Um, anybody have any additions or anything to the agenda as it is for now? Please speak up.
Well, I just have a bit of an announcement. It doesn't have to be right now, but at some point I'll try to remember to make it.
Okay. Well, we could put that at uh, new business.
Oh, okay.
That would make sense.
Sure.
That way, it's at the top of everybody's mind when we leave. John. Okay. Anything else? I think I was going to add. Oh no, it's already there. Okay, good. And I did. If you saw the agenda when I sent it out yesterday, it did not have the finances on it, and Rob very graciously sent those along on the mailing list. So I've added that onto the agenda on the website as well. So it's all up on there already. So a motion to approve the agenda would be
So
wonderful.
moved.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. And
Seconded. Second.
thank you, John. And since Edna is not here today, I will make notes so that we have some minutes.
And you are also recording.
Yes, courtesy of Char.
Yes. Has that been going well? We've had quite a few views, so I hope that's going well. It's unedited. It's the abridged version. Yeah.
No, I think it's great. It not only is it nice to have just for a record, it's nice to be able to point back at it and actually, if we're talking about something in the community or whatever, and about something that we've talked about at the meeting here, we can actually go to the video and pop that up, and people can go straight to that point at the video, and it's great.
Good.
Like body cam.
Great.
It's like body cams. Not
Guilty on all charges.
I don't know if I would go that far. There's certain. Although with the Zoom thing, it is kind of like a body cam. It's like a reverse body cam.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, we have a motion and a second. And is there anyone who is opposed to passing the agenda as it is? No, not seeing any. I'll say that that's approved. And I didn't say to open the meeting. We're having the meeting today on the unceded territories of the Sashat and Hupacheset peoples. That's where I am, and I think everyone in the room is. I don't know where Helen is these days, but we're all here in Port Alberni. At least virtually, on the unceded territories of Sashat and Hupacheset, and thank you to all of you for being here. So we have our minutes, which are attached to the agenda, as well as the video link to the YouTube. So that's all up on the website. Can I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Yep.
Okay.
Or John, do you want
Dan.
to move that and I'll second it?
Sure, I'll do it. Yeah.
Great. And any changes or anything that anyone would like to make to the minutes? No? Okay. So, any opposition to approving those minutes as they are? No? Okay. Seeing none, that's wonderful. We'll move on. So unfinished business, current topics. The only thing I have under there for this month is Earth Day, since tomorrow is Earth Day. Hooray! And the Alberni Aquarium. There's lots of other kind of events going on, but if anyone wants to bring up any events that might be happening that you're aware of in town, I think I can't think of anything other than the Alberni Aquarium cleanup. But anyone have anything else that's happening in town? We don't have anything specific happening for Earth Day, but
Well, maybe I'll make my announcement right now then, because it kind of fits in here.
Sure.
I don't know how many of you were involved when I circulated this documentary about a year ago. It was entitled "The Story of Plastic."
John, excuse me. Just for the video event, may I ask you to turn on your video for the record? Is that okay?
So I guess for some reason I was looking at the agenda. Let me just see what's going on here.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I guess I just learned that if I'm looking at the agenda, I can't be seen by my camera. Is that right?
oh, that would make sense if you're on you're on an iPad, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you can only do one or the other.
Sorry, are you on an iPad? You can't just minimize it and call it up? Oh,
Okay, so that's fine. Now I just learned that. Anyway, okay, so getting back to this really good documentary about plastic. This group that made that documentary sent me an email the other day, and they said that they're going to be releasing just in time for Earth Day a short animated version of the same documentary. And so when I get that link, I'll circulate it to you, Chris, and maybe you can just send it out to everybody.
Great.
Yeah.
And
So
what was the name of it again?
well, it's called The Story of Plastic.
Right.
And it'll be the short animated version. But it was very good. I mean, obviously a lot of it is stuff that most of us know already, but there were some good approaches to the subject that I think even I learned something from. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they have done with this one.
Great.
I don't know if you remember years ago, this thing that came out, The Story of Stuff. Do you remember seeing that? Well, it's the same group that's doing all these. So
We
anyway,
had a film night where we featured a whole bunch of their shorts.
yeah. I think you might have introduced me to it, Dan. Not sure.
Great.
Okay, that's it. So I'll send that to you, and hopefully everybody will get it and have a look at it. Maybe it'll be nice and short.
Maybe we can. Maybe Dan, you could put it up on the Facebook page.
I've got it right here.
Awesome. There we go.
Hang on a second.
You mean you've got the link already?
About a giant trash island in the ocean.
I have the link already.
Or that
Huh.
Long
How
time.
come I didn't get it?
I don't know. You don't give them enough money, I guess.
Could be.
Okay, hang on a second. Here it comes into the chat.
Okay. Can you also send it by email?
I can probably do that.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Because I'm not sure. Like when it's in the chat, how can you access it at a later date?
Well,
Can't.
Well, yes, you can. You can click on it, which opens it up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then you
But
save
you can't.
the
But you
URL.
can't get it. You can't get it again in the chat.
Well,
on Zoom.
there's two things you can do, John, is you can, at the end of the meeting, you can save the chat into a file. You can each do that personally, or I have it and I'm very happy to forward it. So if you had, Chris, if you could help me come up with a way, it's just a text file and I can email it to you. And
That would be great. I mean, I could stick it up on right below the link to the YouTube on the minutes of each agenda. So then it would be there.
Oh, terrific. So from now on, that'll be my routine. I'll post it to YouTube. I'll send you the YouTube link plus the chat text file.
Awesome.
Okay, my pleasure.
I'll be, you know, if there's, because there's conversations and stuff in there, so if it doesn't really make any sense, maybe we'll take some of that out or whatever. But stuff like links and things would be really great to still have.
Yeah, the chat window will only have the public, the everyone. It won't have any of the private messages.
That's right.
Yeah, but editing is a good idea.
Yeah. Great. That's awesome. Okay, well, I don't think we have anything under upcoming events. I'll just generally shake our fists at COVID-19. Reports and subgroups. I don't have anything for education and networking or for the food group. Normally I would have minutes from the food group from Edna, but she, I believe, wasn't there today. I don't know if, John, do you have anything that you could, were you at the food group meeting yesterday?
I was at the food group, yeah. The thing that that really stuck out for me, and I'm just trying to remember exactly what it was, it had to do with food processing. And apparently the shelter is going to be setting up a food processing unit on 3rd Avenue, I believe. Just trying to remember. Oh, down by the Dairy Queen there, I believe.
Is that were they going to take a spot in the, whatchamacallit, the thing at the food hub at the Harbor Quay?
Yeah, no, apparently it turned out to be way too expensive for them.
Okay.
So,
so they're going to do it on 3rd Avenue.
To set up their own.
Well, that's cool. That's great.
Anyway, that I wouldn't say that's official, but it seems to me that was one of the things that was reported at the meeting.
Oh, that's great. And that was, sorry, which group was that?
Well, the shelter.
The shelter.
The shelter farm, I think, basically.
Yeah, they had done
great.
They had done a unit on food preparation, and that was done at the food hub. But I think they discovered that it was a little rich for their budget, and that 2 or 3 rentals would buy them a commercial kitchen. So,
right.
I'll refrain from editorializing.
Well, that's great that that they're still pursuing that, and that will be. I mean, that's food security, right? So that's good stuff. Anything? Obviously, we have the Wood School issue, but anything else from Cycle Alberni? I will mention Rob sent me. Did he send it to the whole list? I think he sent it to the whole list. The latest total for fundraising for replacement of the school bikes, yeah, it was on the list, was 1,070, and I'm not sure if that includes Helen's very generous donation of $800 or not, but either way, that's not a bad start. So, anything else you want to bring up?
Yeah, well, Go by Bike Week is coming up at the end of May, and we're working on something that will allow people to do their thing with their bikes at their own time, and you know, so that they don't have to worry about physical distancing and things like that at our celebration stations like we used to have. So Candace Roberts and I are working on a scheme for that. And then the other thing is that I was actually hoping to do an Earth Day activity tomorrow, and what it was going to be is around Go by Bike T-shirts, and so I was hoping to have some type of a location set up either at Harbor Key or at the Jumping Slug Bike Shop where people could come by and register for a free T-shirt, because we've got a very generous sponsor in town who's going to buy some shirts for us. But after a little bit of consideration, I decided that the way things are with COVID right now, it wouldn't look very good to be organizing anything in the community for something like that. So what I'm doing is I'm asking people that if they would like to order a free shirt, they should send me an email and just give me their size. And also, I'd like to just have a few words from them about, what they like about their bike riding during the COVID, pandemic, and just maybe a word or two about their experience. And then at the same time, we're just asking them to pre-register at Go by Bike BC for the coming event at the end of May. So I'm hoping to get the word out. Dan, could I send you an email, or have you seen that information already?
Well, I'm registered already.
Did you see the email about the T-shirts?
No.
Okay, I'd like to send it to you. Could you put it up on the Facebook page?
Sure can.
Okay, sounds great.
Awesome.
And I don't know, is there any other way that we can get the word out other than at the Transition Town Facebook?
I think the Facebook and the mailing list is probably the most immediate. We could always try to put something up in the paper again. There's always interest around,
But
especially
this is for
spring.
tomorrow, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
but I had kind of said that the deadline for ordering shirts was May 1st. If we don't get enough of a response, I may extend that. I actually tried to get it in the newspaper for today, but Susie, I guess, didn't have room for it or something. I may see if we can get it in for next week. But
Yeah.
could you also send it around to the Transition Town list then too?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Yeah. And I hope you'll all order T-shirts, because we've got the sponsorship, so we might as well have people in shirts. Helen, that goes for you too.
Sure. What do I have to wear?
You have to wear a T-shirt.
All right. Yes, I'll take a photo of myself wearing a T-shirt, and maybe it'll go in the paper.
Okay, well, send me an email with your size and have you been riding lately?
No, actually, I bought a bicycle in March of last year. I rode it once, and it's been sitting on my patio ever since. But
Well,
I have nothing against bicycle riders. I just am a little bit lazy when it comes to bike riding. I don't leave enough time to get to my destination by bicycle.
well, I certainly understand that problem.
Yep.
But there is a solution.
Cool. Well, and I think my latest Go by Bike shirt is from 2015, so I need a refresh. So
Okay. I'm sure your kids and your wife would like them too.
yeah. Great. Well, that's really great.
Well, have a look at the email, and you can just and Helen, if you don't have any experiences with riding to tell me about, then don't worry, we'll send you a shirt anyway.
You can make the story for me, maybe.
Well, I'll make it up just the way you just said. That poor bike is getting lonesome. Okay,
Great.
Thank you for your valuable time, you guys.
Oh, that's great. So we'll move on to, I put the Alberni Climate Action Group on there just because it's a going concern. So I don't know if, were you at the meeting yesterday, Dan or John?
Both
Yeah.
John and I were there.
Hey, I figured both of you would be there.
Okay, you start, Dan.
Uh,
I'll try to fill in the gaps.
Well, Gail's been engaged in a lot of, Gail and Keith, and I don't know, John, you're part of the discussions with the city engineering crew.
Rob, yeah.
Yeah. And he let it be known that he would be very happy to have us get very involved in the rewriting of the OCP that he wants to have done by next October. He's currently, I guess, on the hunt for a proposal to put that together, looking for a contractor. So I think, some effort by the group will go into that. And not sure that we arrived at a lot of other stuff.
Well, yeah, actually, they've rehired Scott Smith as the head planner, and he's going to be kind of heading up that OCP. But the other thing that I was very interested in is that we're going to be looking at the possibility of not only getting involved with the OCP, but trying to encourage the development of a climate action plan for the city. And we don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's lots of action going on all over the place that way, and I think that so some of the members of the committee are going to be researching those some of those documents just to see what kinds of things maybe could be done here.
Well, hearing those documents with the people at City Hall, both the political side and the staff.
Right. And Keith is going to be talking to
John Jack.
Yeah, the chair of the ACRD. No, yeah, he is the chair, and he's also the point person for UAET on climate change. So he's a pretty strategic person to have contact with for us.
That's great. Awesome. Well, we'll move on to, we'll call it the plastics group. We don't really have a name yet, but this is the fledgling group, thanks to John and the Surfrider folks out in Tofino, that has come together to address plastics in the Alberni Valley and Port Alberni. So they had their meeting yesterday, and I'd say it was pretty productive, John.
Yeah, and I think actually Amber had a lot to do with.
Yes, sorry, yeah, that's right.
That process, right? Yeah,
Yep,
I mean,
absolutely.
I was involved about a year ago, but I think Amber and I think Gail too. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that was quite a good meeting. It was interesting that one of the things that came out of it is that we're going to be looking at the restaurants in town, because we felt that there was quite a bit of opinion expressed about grocery stores, but we kind of concluded that maybe it's going to be more worth our while, our time spent to look at the restaurants, because most of them are locally owned, whereas the supermarkets tend to be part of large conglomerates, and it's much more difficult to influence their policies and things, whereas the restaurants, I think, will be much more approachable. And so one of our members, do you remember her name? She works
Leslie.
at the women's.
Leslie Fox.
Leslie? Yeah, she works at the Women's Center. Anyway, she over the next few days, she's going to develop a survey that we can take to the restaurants, which will allow us to establish a bit of a baseline as to where they're at with their takeout packaging, so that we know, we'll have some idea as to what the picture is in Port Alberni with that type of food packaging, and then we can make some decisions about what type of support we'd like to give to the restaurants if in fact they would like to become more sustainable with their food packaging. And then I think we also expressed quite a bit of interest about shore cleanup around the inlet locally here, and I think just about any place else too. I know I went for a bike ride out on one of the logging roads today, and in the spirit of the day before Earth Day, I I picked up some garbage today, and we're going for a hike tomorrow, and I'm going to take my garbage bag with me, and just if I see anything, which I fully expect to, I'll bring it home with me. Yep. And wasn't there one other thing? Oh yeah, we talked about doing some work on education in the schools around plastics as well.
Yeah, and at the city as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and Lily, I believe she's full time with the Surfriders, and so she has a real mountain of resources for us to draw on. So I think once again, we're not having to reinvent the wheel here.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the partnership with Surfrider is already been. I mean, it's amazing the amount of the energy that Lily brings, and the resources, like you said. She's obviously, there's lots of experience in Tofino and on the West Coast with kind of how it all sort of gets to happen. And she's really bringing that experience here. And we're a different community, and there's lots of things that are different about Port Alberni than the West Coast, but there's going to be a lot of resources that we can use, and strategies and stuff that I think will work really well here. So yeah, I got an email from Leslie today already. She created a little survey to check out, so I'm gonna help her work on that so that we can get that together. And I'm in contact with the city around a list of restaurants, because I have them kind of all in my head, but you always miss a few. So I was hoping that I could get an actual list, so that we can kind of go through it all and make sure we cover everyone. But yeah, I mean, it's really exciting that I think there's a really great group of people. Obviously, Amber is there, but there's lots of other people as well, that are just really passionate about the issue of plastics in the community. So it's a great little subgroup. So if anyone, and I'll say this to the what would you say, the anonymous masses that might look at this YouTube afterward. Please come join the plastics group. Send an email to me or to anyone on the agenda here, and you'll be able to find the information on how to kind of join. There's emails out there to see what we're all up to, and we have a Zoom every month-ish, or every couple weeks, it seems right now. So it's very active and fun. So.
Yeah, it's already brought out some new people that I've never met before, and seem pretty motivated around this topic. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's great. It's really great.
I'd like to point out that this question of waste streams was addressed in our EDAP back in 2011.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a long time coming. Well, and one of the things, of course, looking at waste streams of plastics and takeout in particular is if we can move it to compostable items that can actually be captured by the waste stream, rather than sort of recycled, but we don't actually know where they go, or we do and they go to bad places. At least if they're composted, then we know that that matter will stay here, and we can deal with it in the best way possible. Char, you put up something in the chat and I'm just reading it.
I just reposted Dan's email.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
awesome.
But I do have a couple questions when
yeah, go.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'm 60 now, so the first one has now eluded me. But the second question, let's see. I've been watching Jim Wright's postings, Alberni Aquatic Center, and he's got some real momentum where he's, traveling. Have you seen these posts? He's traveling around, hiking, and picking up bags of garbage and.
So you're actually not, it's not the aquatic, it's the aquarium.
What did I say? Aquarium, pardon me. Yeah, I stand corrected. But is there a transition town relationship? I was hoping that Jim would be here or maybe we could invite him to, or the aquarium to come and speak about this.
Yeah, absolutely. And Amber and Jim have both been here before, and
Okay.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I do recall Amber being here. So that's part of the same group, because they do have a lot of momentum right now, and I saw them announced with this GoFundMe now coming up, and yeah. So I feel supportive of that. And the other one, it has escaped me now.
That's all right. By the end of the meeting, it'll come back around.
Yeah.
And I'm 40 whatever, and it happens to me too.
Yeah, you just wait. You wait.
43.
40 whatever, Dan. Whatever.
43.
Look, you look like 23 with the yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Dude, maybe I should shave, eh?
Shaving legs doesn't help, I'm guessing.
Great. Well, that's our plastics group. So, and yeah, the Alberni Aquarium is doing huge work right now with their inlet. They're going out on kayaks, and it's pretty awesome. Unfortunately, I'm not on Facebook, so I can't see sort of the updates and stuff, but I know they're very active there, so it's awesome. Yeah. Watershed protection, I don't have anything there to report, and we don't have any other groups and reports. So I'll go on to finances, and y'all can read it on the website, but our total for all of our accounts is 19,324. For the Transition Town account, it's 2,106. Food Hub Committee is at 6,800. Food Hub Education is at 496. The Grow Local account, which is starting to pick up again, is 4,200. Gleaning, which is also starting to pick up again with people registering, is 1,292. And Cycle Alberni is 5,583. And then we have our Sean Loney group at 2,668. So that's our finances to date. Any questions around any of that? No? Cool. All right. So the only other thing I have, just a placeholder on the AGM under new business, just to let folks know that we will have an AGM at some point for 2021, but hopefully when COVID restrictions are eased and we can have that in person. So the next meeting is suggested. I'll fix that. Suggested for May 18th, 2021. So we're not going back in time. We don't want to do 2020 over again. I don't want to do 2020 over again. So I'll fix that in the agenda. But there you go. At Char's, of course, by Zoom, and who knows if the gods shine down upon us, maybe we'll even be at Char's.
That'll be after the May long weekend, right?
Yes.
Yay, maybe. Yeah,
I think
but you're
is that
always welcome here.
yes. Yeah, when is May long weekend? Is it the yeah 15, 16? I guess is May long weekend. Is that right?
I don't have my calendar in front of me.
Is
Sorry,
that,
it's
is
a quiz.
that
I didn't mean to do that.
is it that early, Chris? I would have thought it would be the weekend after that.
Now I'm gonna look. 'Cause now I'm look. Oh no, Victoria Day is the 24th.
Yeah.
So it's oh, and I'm wrong anyway. It's not on the 18th. Our next meeting would be the 19th because that is the third Wednesday. I did this yesterday, so I was thinking Tuesdays. So I will make that
I'll
change.
look for you in June then. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm.
Cool. All right. Anyone have anything else they'd like to talk about before we adjourn? Quite early, I might add.
Well, I think we'll be all eyes and ears tomorrow on the President Biden Earth Summit to see what all the world leaders are doing about climate change.
Talk is cheap.
Pardon?
Talk is cheap.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, it's funny because I've been reading a lot of documents from the federal government and various committees and everything, and you know they've all said that we were going to have a 50% reduction by 2030, and now they're saying, oh, it might even be 40%. You know? So I don't know.
Like clean water on reservations.
Yeah, right.
Or a child care program.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta keep applying pressure.
Anyway, I don't like the direction this meeting is going. I think we should.
Well, I've got another one at 7:00, so this will give me time to have a breather. Anyway,
Have some food.
Take care, everybody.
Good. Thank you all. Meeting adjourned.
Thanks,
Helen,
Thank you,
I'll-
Char.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Helen.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Tom.
everybody. Thank
Bye,
you.
Helen.
Good to see
I'll
you.
send you the email, Helen, just to make sure you get your shirt.
All right, I'll email you right now then. Thank you.
Okay, you
Awesome.
too, Charlene. You better order your shirt so you can wear it proudly.
Cool. All right. See you later.
Okay.